Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So students, in morning session, we have just gone through the theory part of working capital management, where we saw what is working capital, what the concept of working capital actually deals with. And then we saw about how to calculate the working capital requirement of a firm. And then we saw the changes in working capital with a small example on how do you compute. Okay. Further, we saw the most important concept or most important question in this module, which refers to the factors affecting working capital. So I had asked you to make a note of this because this is considered to be very important from the point of view of exam. And then we saw about the types of working capital, and then we ended up with the approaches of working capital management. So so with that, we had completed the theory part of unit number 5, but a little more wherein the meaning of operating cycle and cash cycle is pending, which we would do it later. Now, to begin with practical questions, I want you all to make a note of the format that is given here in front of you. So, if you see, is the image clear to you? Is the image clear to you? Okay. So, kindly make a note of the format. So, give the heading format of statement of estimated working capital. And one particulars and an amount column. Particulars and an amount column. Under particulars, make it fast. I want you to make note down the format soon. Okay. So current assets, under that stock of raw materials, or if possible, you could just take a screenshot and keep it with you, and later whenever you find time, you can just do it. But I'll just go through the format of working capital. Okay, is that fine to you all? Just take a screenshot and write it whenever you find time. But I shall explain you the format as of now. Okay. So if you look into the format, as we have seen that the calculation or estimation of working capital goes with the formula current assets minus current liabilities. That is what we are going to do here. So mostly the problems that we are going to solve is from the point of either a trading concern or from the point of view of a manufacturing concern, that we are going to try and estimate the working capital requirement. So firstly, we will write down the current assets that a company has, under which we will begin with the stock of raw materials. So when I write the stock of raw materials, I will include only the material cost in order to compute the stock of raw materials. Secondly, when you talk about, mostly students, when you talk about fixed asset, when you talk about stock when you talk about stock, the word stock or goods can be divided into 3 major components. One as raw materials, secondly work in progress, and thirdly finished goods. So when I say stock of raw materials, I will include only the material cost. Secondly, it is work in progress. So when I say work in progress, what does that mean? It refers to semi-finished goods where the raw materials are half converted into finished goods. So when I say work is in progress or it is semi-finished goods, what all costs are involved in order to calculate work in progress is my material cost, labor cost, and overheads cost. Okay. And thirdly, when it comes to finished goods, again, when I say my finished goods is dispatched, is ready for sale, what all cost does my finished goods involve? It involves my raw material cost, labor cost, and overheads cost. Now, what is this overheads? Overheads refers to the cost that is incurred for wages. Okay, wages cost, rent, electricity charges, all these are considered to be overheads. Okay, so and fourthly, we come to sundry debtors. What do you mean by debtors? The amount that you have to receive from your customers. Okay, again, I repeat, sundry debtors refers to the amount that you have to receive from your customers out of credit sale. Okay, so what cost does that finished goods? Again, what have you given your debtors? You have given the finished goods for which they have to make you the payment. So what cost those goods involve? It involves your raw material cost, direct labor cost, and overheads cost. Okay. And then fifth point, we have cash and cash balance. Only when you will write it, only when the cash balance prevails in the company. Otherwise, you would not write. Please make a note. Cash and cash balance would be a part of your working capital estimation only if they say that the cash balance prevails in the organization. And then at last we would write any other current assets and then total the current assets. So after you get the total of current assets, we will start deducting the current liabilities. And the first liability is your creditors. Now, who are creditors? Creditors are the suppliers of the company to whom you have to pay money. Okay, so you buy what from them? You buy raw materials from them. So while calculating the cost of creditors, you will take only raw material cost. Okay, so creditors is the first liability, and then secondly, I will start deducting the outstanding expenses of the organization. So it is otherwise called lag in payment of expenses. So lag in payment of expenses is also called as outstanding expense, which is a part of your current liability. And then I would write any other current liabilities that are given to me in the question. Deduct all the current liabilities from the current asset, where the balance or the difference is called working capital required. To the working capital required, we will add any kind of contingency reserve that is required to be maintained by the company. In certain questions, they'll say that the contingency reserve is 10%, 15%. So on the amount of working capital required that we have got, we will add the contingency reserve. And the final balance is called net working capital required. Okay, am I clear with the format? Shall we start solving the question? Can we start solving the question? Can you give me an acknowledgement? Be fast, students. Okay. Hope there are 46 in class. Okay. So I'll share the screen. Okay, hope the question is viewable. They have told us to prepare an estimation of working capital requirement from the following information of a trading concern. Now, the first information that they've told is projected annual sales, which is 1 lakh units, which means the company is producing 1 lakh units, and the selling price of 1 unit is rupees 8. The average percentage of net profit on sales. Percentage of net profit on sales is how much? 25% is the profit. Now they've told average credit period allowed to customers. What do you mean by this? Is it a debit or a credit? Think and let me know. Average credit period allowed to customers. Is it a credit or debit? Diba, you're right. Mohammed, no. You are allowing a credit period to your customers, which means you will have to receive the payment from them, isn't it? So that is nothing but your current asset, which is otherwise under which we categorize them as sundry debtors. Okay. So please make a note, students. Average credit period allowed to customers is nothing but your sundry debtors value. Okay. And when it comes to average credit period allowed by suppliers, means what? Someone else, that is the supplier, is giving you a credit period of 4 weeks to make the payment, which means you have to make the payment to them. So therefore, this is called as creditors. Okay. The credit period that you are giving to your customer is sundry debtors. The credit period that supplier allows to you is sundry creditors. And at last, they've told the average stock holding in terms of sales is 12 weeks. And they've asked us to maintain a contingency reserve of 10%. So we will quickly see how to solve this. Yes, Noel, you're also right. So give the heading. Give the heading. Statement of estimated working capital. Statement of estimated working capital. Statement of estimated working capital. Particulars and an amount column. Particulars and an amount column. Now, please remember, students, whenever we are preparing the statement of estimated working capital, profit information is not required. It is always said to be ignored. If it is added to the question, our duty is to first remove out the profit or deduct the profit and take only the cost information in order to calculate the working capital requirement. Okay, so now before we start with calculation, we start with what? We start with current assets. So current assets. Okay, now under current assets, 1 minute. So statement of working capital. Firstly, we will write current assets. So under current assets, as I told you, there are two assets now that is given to us. One is stock, that is average stock holding in terms of sales. That is nothing but stock of raw materials. And then we have sundry debtors as current assets. But before we proceed, if you look into the information that they've given, they've told that the number of units that the company produces is 1 lakh units. The number of units that the company produces is 1 lakh units. Selling price is rupees 8. Okay. Now, when you say selling price, what all is included into the selling price? It includes the cost of manufacturing. Okay. It includes taxes and it includes a percentage of profit, isn't it? But in order to calculate working capital requirement, I just need the cost information and I do not need profit. Please concentrate. The selling price of the product that the company manufactures is rupees 8 per unit. So when you say selling price includes cost, tax, and a percentage of profit. Whenever you say MRP, what does MRP include? It includes the cost of the manufacturing the product. It includes the taxes that you are paying, and it also includes a percentage of profit that the manufacturer earns. Okay. Now our duty is to remove out the profit and look into only the cost information. Okay. So how do you take out the profit? The third line of the question says that the average net profit on sales is 25%, which means percentage of profit on 8 rupees, 25% is your profit. So 8 into 25 gives you how much? 2 rupees. Okay. So what is the cost that is involved? Cost of the product. Cost of the product will be selling price minus profit. How much is the selling price? 8 rupees. Profit is 2. Therefore, the cost of producing the product is rupees 6. Did you all understand? Again, I repeat, the number of units that the company is producing is rupees 1 lakh units. Selling price is rupees 8 per unit. When you say selling price, it includes the cost of producing the product as well as a percentage of profit. But always remember, in order to prepare the estimated working capital requirement, profit is said to be ignored. We are considered only with the cost information. So selling price is rupees 8, out of which they have told 25% is the profit. So from 8 rupees into 25 you get 2 rupees, which is the profit. So how do I find cost? Selling price minus profit. Selling price is 8 rupees, cost is 2 rupees, profit is 2 rupees. Therefore, the cost involved in producing is rupees 6 per unit. Okay, now start calculating. Under current assets, the first asset is stock. So what have they told about stock? If you see that they've told that the average stock holding in terms of sales requirement is 12 weeks. So how do I calculate the value of stock required? Number of units is 1 lakh units into 6 rupees per unit. And what is the time duration for making the payment? It is 12 weeks. So I do 12 divided by 52. Now, why 52? Because the time duration to make the payment for raw materials or stock is 12 weeks. So how many weeks a year has? 52 weeks. Okay, because we are estimating the working capital requirement as in terms of a yearly basis. So if they have given in weeks, my denominator will be 52. Let's say if they have given in months, let's say 5 months, then what will be your denominator? If they say 5 months, what will be your denominator? Respond. Yes, Simon, correct. Deba, no. It will be 12. Okay, because we have 12 months in a year. Okay, and if it is days, it would be 364 or 365. Otherwise, they will tell you to assume assume 360 days, assume 365 days, like this they'll give you in the question. So depending upon weeks, months and days, we will take the denominator. Okay, so here the stock is given as 12 weeks, therefore I've taken 12 weeks divided by 52 weeks in a year. If it is in months, then I would divide it by 12. If it is in days, I will divide according to 364 or 365 days, or the number of days would be specified to me in the question. So how much are you getting? 1 lakh into 6 into 12 by 52. Anyone? How much are you getting? Respond. Are you all with me? Okay, 1,38,461.5. So we can round it off. So we'll say 1,38,462. Okay, round it off if it is 0.5 and above. So the second current asset that we have is sundry debtors. So what have they told about sundry debtors? They have told that the average credit period allowed to customers, the duration that you are allowing to customers is 8 weeks. That means you are selling your finished goods to the customers or a wholesaler, and you are giving him a time duration of 8 weeks to make the payment. Okay, so when does sundry debtors arise? When you are selling a product in terms of credit sales. Okay, can anyone just try the calculation? How will I calculate? Same as above. Can anyone just give a try? Simon, can you just give a try? Simon?
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Yes.
So
Just give a try.
1 lakh units into
Cost per unit?
6 rupees.
6 rupees. Time duration allowed to customers?
8 divided by 52.
Very good. 8 divided by 52. That's all. Okay. So how much is this coming to? 92,308. Okay. 92,308. Do we have any other current assets? No, we do not have any other current assets. So total current assets. So how much is your total current asset? So your total current asset is 2,30,770. 2,30,770. Okay. After current assets, you deduct your current liability. Current liability. Under current liability, what is the liability that we have? We have average credit period allowed by suppliers is nothing but our current liability, which is sundry creditors. So sundry creditors. How will I calculate? Can anyone just try? Sundry creditors, can anyone just try? Soon. Wherein
1 lakh into 6 into 8 divided by 52.
1 lakh into 6 into
8 divided by 52.
How 8, Mohammed?
No, ma'am. Sorry. Suppliers. Actually 4.
4. 4 divided by 52, because this also is given in terms of weeks. So how much are you getting? 46,154. Okay. 46,154. So I have only one current
46,153.
Decimal round off. Okay, so if you deduct, how much are you getting? 1,84,616. 1,84,616 is your working capital required. Working capital required. Okay. To this, we will add contingencies if they have asked us to add. So contingency reserve to be maintained is how much they have told in the question. It is allow 10% of contingency. So on 1,84,616 into 10% will come to 18,462 round off. Okay. How much are you getting finally? So the final answer after adding the contingency is nothing but your net working capital required. After adding is what you get is called net working capital required. So how much are you getting? 1,84,616 plus 18,462. How much? Okay, 2,03,078. 2,03,078. Please make a note, students. Please make a note. Have you all done? Can we proceed to the next question? Have you all done? Can we proceed? Noel, which stock are you asking? The last point, is it Noel? No, we have already done, no? The first point stock, 12 weeks, 12 divided by 52. Shall we proceed, students? Have you all done? Give me an acknowledgement if you have done. Okay, so we'll proceed to the next question. Yes. So this is your next question. Look into the question. From the following details, you are required to make an assessment of the average amount of working capital required for AB Limited. So they have given you the information of AB Limited and they've asked us to estimate the working capital. Now, if you look into this previous question and this question, there is a very big difference where for each item they have specified the cost. So unlike the previous question, we don't require the number of units and the sales information. Instead, they have given us the cost that would be incurred for each of the items or expenses. Okay. Now, first one, purchase of materials. I want you all to respond. Okay. First one, purchase of materials, 6 weeks, and the amount is 26 lakh. What is this? The company AB Limited has purchased materials worth rupees 26 lakh and it has to be paid within 6 weeks. What does this refer to?
Current asset.
Okay.
Ma'am, is it number of units?
Is it?
Number of units.
Number of units. No. Number of units is not at all given here and we don't require also because they have given us the total amount for each and every item. But here if you see, for creditors we didn't know the amount, for debtors we didn't know the amount, for stock we didn't know the amount. Therefore we took number of units multiplied by the cost. But here we don't require the number of units nor the per unit cost because for each item, whatever is the cost incurred, they have already given us. Okay. Yes.
Ma'am, is it the sundry creditors?
Yes, very good. It is sundry creditors because we have purchased raw materials worth rupees 26 lakh for which we will have to make the payment to the supplier in a duration of 6 weeks. So that is a liability for a concern. So this is referred to as sundry creditors. Okay. Now, secondly, wages. Wages, how much do I have to pay? I have to pay 19,50,000 and the time duration to pay this 19,50,000 is 1.5 weeks. What is it? Is it asset or a liability? Is it
Liability.
Huh?
Asset.
Liability.
Okay, one is telling liability and the other one is telling asset. Okay, Dubha, you're right. It is a liability. Mohammed, wages is to be paid by the company to the workers. So when the company has to pay, how can it be an asset for you?
Sorry, it's paid means it's liabilities, ma'am.
You have to pay 19,50,000 within a duration of 1.5 weeks. So that is nothing but lag in payment. You have delayed the payment of wages, otherwise called outstanding expenses. Okay. Now moving on to overheads. Again, rent and rates, 1 lakh is pending, which has to be paid on an average period of 6 months. Again, this is an outstanding expense. Salaries, 8 lakh has to be paid within a duration of 1 month. Again, outstanding expense. And other overheads, when you say other overheads, it can be your administrative expense, operating expense, selling and distribution expense, all these. Okay. So all these other overheads comes to around 7,50,000, wherein you have a duration to pay is 2 months. So again, this is a current liability. Okay, so don't get confused with the current format that is given. So because in the format, if you see under work in progress, you will have a header called overheads. So that is different and this is different. Only when information related to work in progress is given, we would take these overheads as a part of our current assets. But now we would take these overheads as only liability because they have not given any information about work in progress nor finished goods. Clear? Nextly, cash sales in terms of cash is always ignored. Please make a note. Any cash sales is always ignored in order to prepare working capital estimation. Only sales in terms of credit will be taken where we will calculate sundry debtors. But apart from credit sale, cash sale will be ignored. So please make a note. Cash sale is always ignored in order to estimate the working capital requirement. Next one, sales in terms of credit, 60 lakhs sales you have done on credit basis and the duration to pay is 2 months. What is this? What is this? You have sold goods to someone. Yes, Dibba, you're right. You have sold goods to someone worth rupees 6 lakh. Okay. And they have to make the payment within a duration of 2 months. Is this an asset or a liability? Students. Soon. Okay, Merin, good. Asset, what asset? Noel, good, but what asset? Yes, Noel, good. It's nothing but your sundry debtors. Okay, credit sales is always your sundry debtors where you will have to receive the amount from your customers worth rupees 60 lakh within a period of 2 months. Okay, and then they have told average amount of stock and work in progress. So stock and work in progress, directly they have given me the amount. Therefore, I don't break the stock amount or work in progress amount into raw materials, direct labor, overheads, etc. because the stock and work in progress amount is directly given to me. Okay, and the last one, average amount of unwithdrawn profit. So profits are again ignored. So in the previous sum, we had profits given in as selling price where we had to remove out the profit. Here profit is given in terms of rupees where we will ignore it. Okay, so whatever I've highlighted in red indicates that you have to ignore it for computation of working capital because we are concerned only with cost information and credit information, not with cash in terms of sales nor in terms of profit. Clear? So give the heading statement of estimation of working capital for AB Limited. So what all assets do we have? Can anyone summarize the assets that are given to us? What all assets do we have? What all assets do we have?
Sundry debtors.
Yes, sundry debtors and
Stock.
yes, very good, stock. So give the heading statement of estimated working capital for AB Limited. So current assets, under current asset, what is the first asset that we have to write? We have to make a note of sundry debtors. So sundry debtors, for your understanding, I'm just writing as sales in terms of credit. So again, if you go to the format, sundry creditors will include raw material cost, direct labor cost and overheads cost. But since we are not taking that breakup here because they have given us the sundry debtors value directly, which is 60 lakhs. Okay. Are you understanding sundry debtors? In order to compute sundry debtors, I will include 3 types of cost called raw material cost, direct labor cost and overheads cost. But in this question, we are not going to bring the breakup here because sundry debtors value or the amount is directly given to us. Okay. So how much is sundry debtors? For your understanding, I've just written as sales in terms of credit. So it is 60 lakhs. Okay, 60 lakhs into what is the time duration to pay the 60 lakhs? It is 2 months. So 2 divided by 12. By 12, it is given in terms of months. In a year, we have 12 months. So 60 lakh into 2 divided by 12 gives you 10 lakhs. Okay, which is the other asset that we have? We have stock, average stock amount. What is it given? Average amount of stock and work in progress. So stock and work in progress. WIP is how much? It is directly given as 4 lakhs.
4
There is
lakhs.
yeah, 4 lakhs. There is no lag in payment. So those were the two assets that we had. So find out the total asset. Total current asset is 14 lakhs. Okay. After total current assets, we will start deducting our current liability. Current liability. Under current liability, what all do we have? First one we have is purchase of materials, where we will calculate sundry creditors. Can anyone tell me how would you calculate sundry creditors? Just give a try. Sundry creditors. Creditors represents what? Purchase of material. Can anyone give a try?
26 lakhs into 6 divided by 52.
Very good. 26 lakh is the amount into 6 weeks divided by 52, because they have given in terms of weeks. So I've divided it by 52. How much are you getting?
3 lakh.
3 lakhs. Okay. So which is the next liability we have? Wages. So you call that as outstanding wages, because you have not yet made the payment. How much is outstanding wages? 19,50,000 into 1.5 divided by 52. How much? 56,250. Okay. Which is the next liability? Noel, can you just give a try? Which is the next liability? Noel?
Ma'am, it's the rent.
Yes. What is it called? Outstanding rent and rates. Okay, tell me the amount.
It's 1 lakh into 6 by 12.
Yes. Okay. 1 lakh into 6 by 12. Have they given in months? Yes. Okay, so it's 1 lakh into 6 divided by 12. How much are you getting?
6 divided by 12. Tenda.
50,000. Okay, which is the next liability? We have outstanding salaries. Mohammed, can you try the amount? Salaries.
Ma'am, it's 8 lakhs.
Hmm.
8 lakhs into 1 by 12.
How much are you getting?
Ma'am, it's 66.66.
66,667, round it up. Okay. Next liability is outstanding other overheads. Can anyone try? How much is the amount? 7,50,000. Time duration is 2 months. So 7,50,000 into 2 divided by 12. How much? 7,50,000 into 2 divided by 12. 1,25,000. So any other liability, any other current liability to be written? No. Okay. So you minus all your current liabilities from current assets, and the difference is your working capital required. The difference is your working capital required, to which we will add any contingencies. Do we have any contingency according to the question to be maintained? No, nil. So the balance is your net working capital required. Net working capital required. How much is the balance? 8,02,083. Okay. 8,02,083 should be your net working capital required. Take it down soon. Make a note of it soon. And if you have done, kindly let me know. Have you all done? Okay. So I shall share the screen for you from LMS because I've not copied down. Okay. So this is your question number 3. Any doubts, students, in the first 2 questions that we have done? Let me know soon. No, right? Is it clear? Okay. So look into question number 3. They have told ABC Limited sells its products on a gross profit of 20% on sales. The following information is extracted from its annual accounts for the year ended 31st March 2019. They have given a sales 3 months credit 40 lakhs. So what is that? Sales in terms of credit. Sales in terms of credit.
Sundry debtors.
Yeah, sundry debtors. Secondly, raw materials is nothing but asset, stock of raw material. Okay. Then they have told wages, which has a delay in payment of 15 days in arrear. So this is outstanding wages, current liability. Manufacturing expense are delayed by 1 month in arrear. So again, outstanding manufacturing expense, current liability. Administrative expense, 1 month in arrears, again, outstanding administrative expenses, current liability. Last, sales promotion expense payable half yearly in advance. You will have to make a note of this. Okay, what have they told? Sales promotion expense, they are making the payment in advance. So before you incur that particular expense, they are making or incurring that expense or paying it in advance. So the advance payment becomes an asset for a particular company, because before I meet the particular expense itself, I am setting aside the amount of 2 lakhs to be paid in the future. So that is considered to be a current asset. So whenever you read the question, please be very careful. It is an expense, but it is already payable in advance by the company. So let's say tomorrow I am incurring the expense. Today itself I have already paid. So my tomorrow's liability I need not pay, because today itself I have set aside the amount to be paid. So it is a part of your current asset. Okay. Now, the additional information is the company enjoys 1 month credit from suppliers of raw materials. So, which means the raw materials worth rupees 12 lakh, suppliers are giving you a credit of 1 month. So, raw material also becomes a asset where we calculate stock of raw materials, and also we will calculate sundry creditors because the credit suppliers are giving us a credit of 1 month. And then they have told the company maintains 2 months stock of raw materials. So this is where we would compute it as an asset. And also they have told and 1.5 month finished goods. Finished goods are to be maintained for 1.5 months. Okay. And then the cash balance to be maintained is rupees 1 lakh as a precautionary balance. Okay, as a precautionary balance, they are maintaining, assuming 10% margin, find out working capital requirement of ABC Limited. So we will try solving this. Give the heading statement of estimated working capital of ABC Limited. Of ABC Limited. As usual, first one, we will write all the current assets and then deduct the current liabilities. We will write all current assets, deduct current liabilities. Okay, so look into the board. The first current asset that I would write is sales, 3 months credit, which means it is sundry debtors. Okay, now okay, so first one, sundry debtors. Okay, now sundry debtors, what have they told about sundry debtors? They have told that it is 40%, 40 lakhs. But now if you look into the question, they have told that the information that is containing regarding sales information has 20% of profit in it. Because if you read the first line, they say ABC Limited sells its product on a gross profit of 20% on sales. So when you say sales, credit sales, 40 lakhs, that 40 lakhs includes 20% of profit. So while preparing working capital requirement, we require only the cost information. Okay. Now let's assume that the selling price is 100. Okay. What does selling price include? It includes cost plus profit. Now what have they told? We have assumed, in order to find out what is the cost, we have assumed the selling price to be 100. Okay. How much is the profit? Profit is 20%. So how much is the cost? Anyone? I repeat, students, in order to calculate sundry debtors out of the sales information, they have clearly told us that the sales value includes 20% of gross profit. Okay. Now we will try to derive out cost from the selling price that we have. Since we don't know the selling price per unit, we assume that it is 100%. Okay. So selling price is equal to, what is the formula? Cost plus profit. So selling price is, let's say, 100%. Profit is how much? 20%. So how much would be your cost?
Ma'am, to find the cost, you have to deduct profit from SP.
Yes. How much is cost?
So that then you will get a cost.
Yes, Mohammed. So how much is cost?
80%.
80%. Got it. So on sundry debtors, I will take 40 lakhs. 40 lakhs into 80% only, because I am concerned only with cost information and not with profit information. And how much duration they have given me? Credit duration is 3 months. Okay. So what will I do? 3 divided by 12. How much are you getting? How much are you getting? Are you all there? 40 lakh into 80% into 3 by 12 is how much? Hello? Okay,
8 lakhs.
Huh?
8 lakhs.
8 lakhs. Okay. So it is 8 lakhs. Okay. Now the second asset is what? They have given us raw materials. So write stock of raw materials. Stock of raw materials. What have they told you in the paragraph given below? They have told that the company maintains 2 months stock of raw materials. So raw materials are said to be in stock for a period of 2 months. So what is the amount of raw materials? We have 12 lakhs. Raw materials does not include any profit. Okay, therefore 12 lakh directly into what is the time duration for raw materials? They have told delay in payment is, stock is maintained for a period of 2 months. So 12 lakhs into 2 divided by 12. 24 divided by 12. 2 lakhs. Okay. Which is the third asset that we have. Third asset. If you look into the paragraph below, they have told the company enjoys 1 month credit from suppliers, that is sundry creditors. And then they have told stock is to be maintained for a period of 2 months. And what have they told? And 1.5 month for finished goods. So the next asset is finished goods. Next asset is what? Finished goods. Have they given us the value of finished goods? No. But what can be assumed as finished goods? The sales amount can be assumed as finished goods. So again, I take 40 lakhs. 40 lakhs into 80%. Time duration is 1.5 months divided by 12. Did you all understand why I have taken 40 lakhs for finished goods? Finished goods amount they have not given directly to us. But what can be assumed as finished goods? Whatever you have sold is assumed to be the finished goods amount. So for how much have I sold? For 40 lakhs I've sold, out of which 80% is the cost involved into the time duration for finished goods is 1.5 months. So 1.5 divided by 12. How much are you getting? Respond soon. How much are you getting? 4 lakhs. Okay. So getting 4 lakhs. Apart from this, what other current asset do we have? The last information that they've told is sales promotion expense payable half yearly in advance. So whatever is paid in advance becomes your current asset, because at that point of time, you need not meet any liability. Okay. So advance payment on sales. Advance payment made. Payment on sales is how much? How much have I paid? I've paid 2 lakhs. And how is this 2 lakh paid? Half yearly. So how will you divide? 6 by 12 or 1 by 2, whatever. So 2 lakhs is the our advance payment that is made, and it is to be paid in 2 installments. That is half yearly. So I've done 6 divided by 12, or you could otherwise do 1 by 2 also. So this comes to 1 lakh. Apart from this, any other assets do we have? They have told that cash balance is to be maintained at rupees 1 lakh as a precautionary balance. So the next asset, the fifth asset is cash, which is rupees 1 lakh. So by this, we have totaled all the current assets. So how much of current assets do we have? 10, 14, 15, 16 lakhs.
Ma'am, why are we taking cash?
Apart from sales in terms of cash, the cash balance would be encountered. Okay, when it comes to sales, cash sales is ignored for estimating working capital. We would take only credit sales. But apart from that, if they say cash balance is maintained by the company, we would take the cash balance. Therefore, in the format itself, I think the fifth asset that is given is cash and cash balance. Okay, so the total current asset is 16 lakh minus current liability according to the format. What all current liability do we have? We have wages, manufacturing expense, and administrative expense with creditors. So first we will do wages. So outstanding wages is how much? Wages, what have they told? 9,60,000, 15 days. So 9,60,000 into 15 divided by, now check in the question whether they have given you number of days to be taken. Okay. So if the number of days are not given, we could convert the days into months also. So if you say 15 days, because other informations with regard to liability are given in terms of months. Okay, so we would take 15 days as half a month. So 0.5 divided by 12. How much are you getting wages? How much are you getting? Anyone? Wages? Quick.
37,500.
How much, ma?
37,500.
Thirty-seven 500. If you take 15 divided by 365, or 364,
0.041.
into 9,60,000. Noel, can you unmute?
Yes, ma'am. I got
What is it?
40,000.
9,60,000 into
0.5 divided by 12.
12. Okay, so 40,000. Merin, can you check? Okay, so after outstanding wages, we have outstanding manufacturing expense. Outstanding manufacturing expense. How much is to be paid in terms of manufacturing expense? 12 lakh, which has a duration of 1 month. So 12 lakh into 1 by 12. How much? 1 lakh, right? Okay, and then we have outstanding administrative expense. How much is outstanding administration? 4,80,000 1 month. So 4,80,000 into 1 by 12 is how much, anyone? 4,80,000 into 1 by 12?
40,000.
40,000. Okay. Any other current liabilities? Yes, we have sundry creditors in the beginning of the paragraph. What have they told? The company enjoys 1 month credit from suppliers. So suppliers give you what? Anyone? Suppliers give you what?
Raw material.
Raw material. So what is the cost of raw material? 12 lakhs. Okay. So 12 lakhs into, just a minute. 12 lakhs into what is the credit duration? 1 month into 1 divided by 12. How much? 1 lakh, right? So any other current liability? No. Find out your difference, which is working capital requirement. Find out the difference.
It's 13,20,000.
Okay, good. 13,20,000 is working capital required. Do we have any contingencies to add? Add contingency. What have they told? Margin of 10%, isn't it? So on 1,32,000, we will have a margin of, is it 10? Yes, assuming a 10% margin. Okay. So 1,32,000 into 10% is 1,32,000. So how much are you getting as net working capital? Net working capital required is 14,52,000. 14,52,000 is your net working capital required. Have you all understood? Any doubts in today's class? The final answer, I mean, working capital required is 13,20,000 plus